This is Joe the Jew. He grew up in Poland. When Joe was 20 years old, he went through with his dream. Joe opened his own bakery. Soon after, Joe met a girl named Maria. They got married and both followed their dreams. Meanwhile, though, Hitler, as evidenced by his words, took advantage of a war-weakened Germany. In his rise to power, Hitler turned the country into a vicious police state that dismissed human rights as stated in their constitution. The military police, the SS, would persecute any Jew or political opponent. It only got worse from there. It wasn't long before Lisa was born. Both Joe and Maria were living beautiful lives, just as they had dreamt of. German occupation of Poland began in the same year Lisa was born. Joe began to hear rumors in town. "Joe, did you hear what happened in Germany? The Nazis led the elderly and disabled to graves." That was in Hamburg, but Joe, you know just as well as I do. They're coming. The Nuremberg laws and the anti-Semitic legislation like them in Poland established the inferiority of Jews. Under these laws, those of Jewish descent were not people and had no legal rights. To establish that they were Jews, people were forced to wear yellow stars of David. The man was right. They did come. Joe's bakery, Joe's dream, was ripped away from him. They didn't just take his bakery, they took everything. In 24 hours, you'll be relocated to the Lotz ghetto. Every person is allowed one suitcase. In 1939, Joe and his family reached the Lotz ghetto. They were among 160,000 forced to live there. People were assigned living quarters. Overcrowding was a common problem in Lotz. Food was often hard to come by in Lotz. Hundreds died from malnutrition. Lisa was growing up so fast despite her circumstances. The Germans used Jews for forced labor in factories. They produced textiles and uniforms for the German army. In 1942, deportations to the Helmno extermination camp began. The Nazis sent the elderly, the disabled, and children to Helmno. Once in Helmno, Jews were led down hallways into vans. The Jews were told they were about to take showers. Once inside the vans, carbon monoxide was pumped in through the exhaust pipe. Afterwards, the Jews were buried in mass graves or taken to crematoriums. More than 152,000 people were killed at Elmno. Life without Liesel was very difficult for Joe. The Nazis were preparing to clear out the Lotz ghetto by mid-1944 and finish Hitler's final solution. Many Jews were deported to other camps. Joe and Maria were taken by train to the camps at Auschwitz, Birkenau. Once they got off the train, men and women were separated and taken to one of three camps: Auschwitz I, Auschwitz II at Birkenau, and Auschwitz III at Monowitz. Joe was taken to Auschwitz I. People were forced to live in barracks in the camp. An individual bunk would usually hold 9 people. An entire barrack held 774. Inside Auschwitz-Birkenau, the prisoners were forced to do various types of labor. This included digging drainage ditches. Prisoners were made to work 11 hours a day with a limited amount of food and a constant threat of death by Nazi at every moment. It was a system designed to kill them. In January of 1945, Soviet forces marched on concentration camps all over Poland. The Nazis quickly tried to hide their wrongdoings, so they attempted to abandon their camps and ghettos. They took almost all of the Jews from Auschwitz-Birkenau and forced them to march for miles, calling them death marches, in the dead of winter. More than 15,000 died on these marches. About 7,000 Jews were left behind. This group consisted of the sick and dying. Hello? Is anyone here? This is the ROA. Hello? Sir? Sir? Are you all right? Sir?